To drill holes in railway sleepers we use this machine, which is very handy because it has a combustion engine and it can roll over the rails. Which is very handy because it's a heavy piece of equipment, and then of course all you have to do is drill a hole and then push the machine a little bit, easy peasy, drill a hole, push a bit, drill a hole, and that works very nice if you have to make many holes. And the reason why we have to drill holes in the sleepers is of course to install these kind of wood screws. When the sleepers are in place, we indicate where we have to drill a hole. Now here there is already one, so that's good. And then we install the rail directly on the wood. There's no steel plate, nothing below here. Rail on wood, that's it. And then screw it on with wood screws. And of course one here on the other side too. And these are the types of drill bits we use to pre-drill before screwing. This one is diameter, let me check, 21 millimeter, and this one is 18 millimeter. And we use different sizes, of course, depending on the type of wood for the sleepers. Some sleepers are oak and some others are azobe, tropical wood, and that's why, because of the wood, azobe is much harder, we pre-drill bigger. And of course there's also different type of these screws we use, so different types of drills. And a few months ago I fixed this switch handle that of course we still have to install. In here are 4 holes, but there's other parts that come together, and to assemble all these parts we have to drill 10 or I think maybe 12 different holes. But our beautiful gas engine drilling machine that rolls on the rails, you know, doesn't have enough reach. It is very nice to drill holes alongside the rails, but these, as you can see in this picture, we have to drill holes far away and our machine can't reach it. And because we have to drill maybe 10 or 12 holes, that's not much, we would like to try something brand new, something we never did before. And that's why I have here this machine. This is of course not a drilling machine to drill holes in wooden sleevers. This thing is an auger, you know, to make holes in the ground to install fence poles or maybe plant some little trees, you know, with this spirally thing that goes in the ground. That's it. Now here's the plan. What we would like to try is to install drill bits like this one, or of course the other one, here on this machine. But it will be very low to work, so it will be better if we have a little bit more distance so we can work standing up. I have a little coupling adapter and this side fits on here. I have a little piece that was cut off of a drill bit other style of machine, and this fits on the drill bits. I have to make some kind of sleeve to prevent the drill bit to go too deep in the wood. That's why here there's a little Sharpie mark here. So I have to make a ring or something that goes around here. And this one of course fits in both drill bits. If for example I install this part here, because it's made for it, with a hole and then there's a pin going through here to hold it on. I have 2 very beautiful little pieces of material. I can make an adapter that adapts on the adapter and install a piece of pipe. On the other side of the piece of pipe I can make this adapter, of course clean it up and then drill it out and then weld this thing on here somewhere. Let's see if it's possible. Let's do it again just to be sure that I've got it right. Adapter goes in the machine, raw material goes on the adapter, and then piece of pipe, and then adapt this part on my pipe, and in here comes the drill bit, and there comes a kind of sleeve or ring around the drill bit. So I suppose all that's left to do now is to start machining. Now, where's the material? Right here. Ah, thanks. That's a bit too snug. Take out some more. Good. Now I start from the idea that if it fits this direction, I suppose it also fits from the other side. But I'm not going to take the part out. I just cut off a little piece of pipe, and to make sure it will hold, I'm gonna bore out a little bit this opening here, and then I can push it in and then weld it together. So this piece will come on the other side here. But first over to the other lathe and give it a little bit of cleanup. Right, I think it starts to look a little bit better. And of course also it will be much easier to weld, because you know, welding on rust and old paint. Now the idea is to make this thing fit in here over a length of 20 millimeters. Let's do. Yes, a bit of hammering and it will be perfect. My first idea was to weld this part directly on the pipe and then of course the other adapter for the drill bit on here. But this is not our machine. This machine is private owned and so it's also is this adapter. So what I want to do, that's why I made this adapter that comes on this one, it's in this direction, and to hold them together there is in a kit, because he bought it, in this kit there is also the pin and of course a little clip that comes in here. So I think before I start welding these two together, it could be a good idea to just drill a little hole to hold this pin in place. And it seems to be 8 millimeter. My little drill bit is here now, centered in this direction, and I think I'm gonna drill the hole about here. That will work. I suppose the hole was drilled on the right spot because the thing fits. And when we bring it all together here, I am not happy at all with the result. Now, the fit is perfect and it's no problem, that's fine. It's just this pin. The idea, this thing rotates, but you can't see it because it's a little bit hidden under this machine. This thing could grab your clothing while drilling. So this could be dangerous. But I think I'm gonna change this system, but I will still have some time to think about it while I'm adapting this part for the drill bit to come here I first install the thing with the drill bit side here, so I can do a little bit of cleanup, because here I suppose these were jaws or vice or something, and there is rust and more vice jaws, and here this hammer damage. Right, let's It's not perfect, but that will do. Now, there is a little something I have to keep in mind here. Now, this side was cut off with an angle grinder, and that's why it's not straight, but I gotta clean it up, no problem. Now, in here, drill bit side, and the total depth of the thing is almost 70 millimeter, 70. Total length of the thing 70 millimeter, 70. Which means when I'm gonna drill the hole to hold my pipe here in place, it's gonna break through in the other side. I don't think it's gonna be a problem, because if my pipe is installed in here at, for example, 10 millimeter, that will be enough to hold it to weld. When I check with the drill bit, this threaded part goes inside, so I think it's gonna work. Let's do. A little bit more. Yes. And here's a finished product, and the recess I made in here is now 10 millimeters deep, which should be more than enough to hold the pipe in place. And if I install a drill bit, the other end of the drill bit doesn't pass through, so that's gonna work. The pipe will not interfere. And of course on the other side comes this one. And I think the time has come to dig up my welding toys. What I like when I'm welding on this rotator is that from the moment you have the settings right, the result looks as if you're a real welder. Of course, that's absolutely not the case, but find the right settings and then you let the machine do its thing. And the results look like this. That's not bad. Right, enough of tapping myself on the shoulder how good I am welding. In the meanwhile, I think I found a solution to hold both parts together without pin sticking out or whatever. My first idea was to make an 8mm pin and then pin it over. And then the whole thing will be flush. But I don't need to make a pin because I have one. This used to be a printer, and with a bit of fiddling, as you can see, it fits very well. All I have to do is cut a piece off and then pin over the ends. My printer-based rivet is in here, nice and snug, no movement at all. Of course, this part has a little bit of movement. And to finish it off, let's give it a touch of machine. And this should be it. When I make something, it happens sometimes that it works, that it fits. But this original part from this original machine, the pin doesn't fit. So here's something I have to fix, I suppose. Right, let's install a drill bit. I'm gonna lift it up a little bit more so you can see. This works. To prevent the thing from rusting in our depot, because high humidity and no heating, I will give it a coat of paint. And here it is in all its glory, or almost. I started to make these little sleeves that go around the drill bits, but I am confronted with the same problem I have almost every week, and that is of course no time to finish. Today is Friday, and Friday is also the day that this video has to come out. So I will finish it another time.